exposing the truth in the battle between smoking and vaping. We've all seen it, that plume of vapor smelling vaguely of Fruit Loops and teenage rebellion, emanating from the guy next to you at a bus stop. It's vaping, the sleek, tech-savvy cousin of traditional smoking, and it's taking the world by storm. But is this aromatic cloud really all it's puffed up to be? Or are we trading one bad habit for another, potentially even worse one? Cigarettes, with their long and well-documented history of death and disease, are finally facing some real competition. Vaping, marketed as a safer alternative, has lured smokers with its promise of a nicotine fix without the tar, smoke, and, well, most of the smell. It's marketed as a tool for quitting smoking, a stepping stone to a smoke-free life. But hold your horses. Before we all start blowing cotton candy-scented clouds, let's take a good, hard look at the facts. Because as with most things in life, the devil is in the details. And those details, well, they might just make you want to hold your breath. What exactly is in that vapor you're inhaling? How does it stack up against the well-known dangers of smoking? And most importantly, is vaping really the health savior it claims to be? Buckle up, folks, because we're about to dive headfirst into the hazy world of smoking versus vaping. Let's not beat around the bush. Smoking cigarettes is bad, really bad, like jumping up and down on a Lego bad. We're talking about a product that's scientifically proven to cause cancer, heart disease, stroke, lung disease, diabetes, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. Think of a horrible way to die, and cigarettes are probably involved somehow. One of the biggest villains in the cigarette saga is lung cancer. This nasty disease is the leading cause of cancer death worldwide, and smoking is the #1 culprit. Those beautiful pink oxygen-exchanging air sacs in your lungs? Cigarettes turn them into a tar-coated cancerous mess. But lung cancer is just one piece of the puzzle. Cigarettes also wreak havoc on your respiratory system, turning a simple cough into a symphony of wheezing, hacking, and gasping for air. Chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, COPD, a terrifying and debilitating lung disease, is a common consequence of long-term smoking. And don't think for a second that cigarettes limit their reign of terror to your lungs. These tiny toxins delivery systems affect your entire body, increasing your risk of everything from heart attacks and strokes to blindness and impotence. So yes, smoking is about as good for you as a swift kick in the teeth. Okay, so we've established that cigarettes are the enemy. But what about their trendy vapor-producing counterparts? Is vaping the harm-reducing hero we've been waiting for, or just another villain in disguise? The concept of harm reduction is simple. If people are going to engage in risky behavior, let's at least try to make it less risky. Think needle exchange programs for drug users or seatbelts in cars. It's about minimizing the negative consequences, even if you can't eliminate the behavior entirely. Enter vaping. Proponents argue that it's a harm reduction tool, a way for smokers to get their nicotine fix without the thousands of harmful chemicals found in cigarette smoke. And, to be fair, there is some evidence to support this claim. Studies have shown that vaping is likely less harmful than smoking, at least in the short term. But here's the catch. Vaping is still relatively new, and the long-term effects are largely unknown. Those fruity flavors and enticing smells might seem harmless, but we're just beginning to scratch the surface of what inhaling heated chemicals, even without tobacco, can do to your lungs and body over time. Section 4. Public Health and the Clouds of Controversy. The rise of vaping has thrown a wrench into the gears of public health, sparking heated debates and policy battles worldwide. Governments are grappling with how to regulate these devices, caught between the potential for harm reduction and the fear of creating a new generation addicted to nicotine. On one hand, vaping could be a valuable tool for tobacco control. If smokers switch to vaping and successfully quit nicotine altogether, it's a win for public health. But the reality is far more complicated. Vaping has attracted a new demographic of users, particularly young people, who might not have ever picked up a cigarette. The marketing tactics, with sleek designs and enticing flavors, seem eerily similar to the big tobacco playbook of old. There's concern that vaping could act as a gateway to smoking, normalizing nicotine use and leading to a new epidemic of addiction. Section 5. The final verdict, smoke signals and vapor trails. So after all this talk of smoke and vapor, where do we stand? Which one emerges as the lesser of two evils? The answer, as with most things in life, is frustratingly nuanced. Smoking cigarettes is undeniably worse for your health. It's a one-way ticket to a plethora of diseases, with lung cancer leading the charge. Vaping, while potentially less harmful in the short term, is still shrouded in uncertainty. The long-term effects remain a mystery, and the potential for addiction and gateway effects is a serious concern. The bottom line is this: neither smoking nor vaping is a good choice. One is a known killer, while the other is a newcomer with a questionable future. If you're not already hooked on nicotine, don't even think about starting. And if you are, the best thing you can do for your health is to quit altogether. There are resources available to help you kick the habit, regardless of whether you're puffing on smoke or vapor. If you found this video helpful, please like, comment, and subscribe. Share it with others who might benefit from this information.